The media, the fans mostly ignored the LSU Tigers this offseason, and now I think we've made them mad because LSU looks like possibly the best and most complete football team in the country. Mark Rogers TV and Pro Football Central just a few minutes after LSU disposed of Auburn 35-21. The Tigers got off to a strong start in Death Valley. Jeremy Hill went off for, his first two carries, 2 touchdowns, 59 yards after a long touchdown run to start things off for the Tigers on their first possession. And then a 3-second possession when the Auburn punter botched the snap. LSU took over and Hill was untouched. The offensive line early in this football game completely dominated the Auburn Tigers up front, and Hill scampered in for another touchdown in his first 8 carries, 140 yards rushing. Total for Hill, 25 carries, 183 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Jeremy Hill, the sophomore, who, of course, was having his issues in the offseason. And we posted a video concerning his issues. He was suspended for the first football game against TCU, and LSU went to its bevy, its committee of running backs, to take care of the Horned Frogs in the Cowboys Classic, AT&T Classic there. And now he has been reinstated, and he is the main man. Consider this. This is how good Jeremy Hill is that you've got Alfred Blue, you've got Terrence McGee, you also have Kenny Hilliard. Hilliard, for example, as a freshman at LSU, ran for 464 yards and 6 touchdowns. As a freshman, he's now getting 2 and 3 carries per game because mostly of Jeremy Hill. Terrence McGee ran for 95 yards in the opener and 2 touchdowns in absence of Hill being in the lineup against TCU, a quality football team. Now he's not getting many carries. He ran for 109 yards against Kent State last week. And also Alfred Blue, a very capable running back who ran for, 95 yards, 89 yards, something in that range in the opener against TCU. Alfred Blue was the starting running back in place of Jeremy Hill this time last season. Before Blue got hurt, Hill took over the job, and he hasn't looked back as long as he can stay clean off the field. LSU is loaded with running backs, but Hill seems to be a cut above. At quarterback, Zack Mettenberger is a much improved and much more polished passer, more poised and more confident in his reads this season. Zack Mettenberger certainly arrived at LSU with much fanfare out of the junior college ranks, and certainly Les Miles recruited him heavily because he's got a gun. He can rip it down the field and let it go. On this night, Mettenberger, 14 of 22, 229 yards, 1 touchdown, and his first interception of the season. And again, Mettenberger, specifically in those games against TCU, and tonight in the first SEC action for the LSU Tigers and taking on Auburn, looked very comfortable in the pocket. He's got 2 veteran wide receivers who know what they're doing, certainly in Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. Landry tonight, 7 catches for $118 and the 1 touchdown reception. Beckham, 5 for 59. LSU takes on Georgia in a huge game in the SEC next week. LSU, when you look at the veteran offensive line, you look at the running backs with the committee of Hilliard and Blue and McGee, and, of course, Jeremy Hill is the star of the bunch. Zack Mettenberger playing much better at quarterback. The 2 wide receivers in Beckham and Landry. The defense, of course, lost so much talent to the NFL, but have just filled the gaps. And they've got Craig Loston at safety, who's stepping in as the leader, one of the leaders of this defense. LSU fans, this is where I'm looking for you to step in. Let us know what's really going on with this football team. Is this team really a top 5 team? Because, again, because of all the NFL defections, we just assumed, okay, this is still LSU with a pipeline of talent, but they're going to take a step back here and go maybe 8-4 or 9-3 this season. But right now, this team looks like a top 3, top 5 team, maybe the best team in the SEC. Step up, LSU fans. Let us know what you think about your team, because now you've played 2 quality opponents in TCU and winning by 10, and really taking it to Auburn tonight, despite the Auburn Tigers getting back into the football game and giving you a little bit of scare late in the football game. You held it off in a 35-21 win. So let's hear about LSU from you right now on Mark Rogers TV and ProFootballCentral.com.